All right. Hi guys, how's it going? This one today is coming to you from sunny Florida. I am at my parents' house visiting for about a week, so that's why it looks a little bit different, and it's going to be golf carts and stuff, and hopefully no neighbors for the next 10 minutes. Today, nice long chipper for you. You can use any object that you have, and you can certainly do double arm or single arm, just depending on what's available to you. Hopefully you like this one. So we're gonna start off with a little warm up. You're gonna do 2 rounds of 10 burpee air squats, 8 single leg Romanian deadlifts on the right and the left, and then 5 down dog push-ups, those little dive bomber push-ups. So just gonna run through the movements real quick, and then you can pause the video and run through the little warm-up. So 10 burpee air squats, so just chest to the ground. Just gonna jump up to a stand and nice little squat. So 10 of those, then 8 just single leg. You can do this without weight. We're just gonna go down with that nice flat back, maybe touch the floor and stand all the way up, just trying to get the glutes and the hamstrings warmed up. So we'll go 8 on the right, 8 on the left, and then 5 little dive bomber push-ups. So just pressing into that down dog position, pedal out the feet, and then just scoop down, touch the chest, and press up, shoulders away from the ears, and just stretch it out. Right back into that down dog, and go back into that push-up. So 2 of those, 2 rounds of those movements, and then we'll do a few stretches. So you can pause the video, go through that, and then restart it. All right, so a couple of stretches. We're just gonna do 10 reps of each. We're gonna go 10 alternating groiners. So just getting into that nice front lunge position. You can drop your elbow down, you can rotate, stretch out the hips a little bit. We'll just go 10 back and forth. Then you're gonna get 10 scorpions and 10 iron cross. So for iron cross, we're just gonna be flat on our back, kick one leg up, cross it over the midline. You can certainly hang out there for a second if you need to. Go to the other side, that's 2. We'll get 10 of those, and then just flip to your stomach, arms out to the side, and then same thing, cross the leg over the midline, just stretching out the chest, stretching out the low back. You can hang out there. And then we'll do 10 just alternating pigeon. So same little down dog stretch, and then just punch one leg forward into a little pigeon pose. You can wiggle around, switch, stretch it out, little pigeon pose on the other side. Okay. So just go through that, kind of nice and easy, 10 of each one, and then we'll get ready to gear up for the WOD. Okay, so the WOD today is going to be a 100 to 10 chipper, and in between each movement, you're going to do 10 burpees. So you'll start with the 100 air squats, then do 10 burpees, then 90 sit-ups, do 10 burpees, all the way through to the last set, 10 man makers, and then 10 burpees. So it should take you, anywhere between like 30 and 40 minutes, just kind of depending on how quickly you're moving and the weight that you're using and kind of how you approach it. So I did this with a single dumbbell, and I used a sandbag for some of the movements when I did this previously, and it took about 35 minutes. So I'm just gonna go through the movements. For the first one, 100 is air squats. So standard operating procedure, right? I'm gonna squat down, keep the chest up nice and tall, making sure we're opening the hips up at the top for 100 reps, okay? Just driving through the heels, go nice and steady. You don't need to like blast through 30 as quickly as you can because you'll blow your legs up. 90 sit-ups, same thing we always do for sit-ups. You can go straight leg, you can go butterfly, whatever you need to do. We're just gonna come back, touch the hands to the floor, sit all the way up. Just make sure you close up that hip joint. Same thing if you're doing straight leg, toss the arms and just close up that hip joint at the top. And remember, between those two movements, the 100 and the 90, after you finish 100, you're just gonna get 10 good old burpees, right? Chest to the ground, little jump at the top, okay? So that's the 100 and the 90. The 80 is gonna be lunges, so just regular alternating lunges. You can walk around. You can also do reverse lunge if you want to, just kissing that knee to the ground. Again, you'll do 10 more burpees and then go to the 70, which is going to be push press. So I did this with my dumbbell like this. Nice little dip and a big drive overhead, just making sure everything's tall and tight. We're not sticking our butt out or anything weird. Okay, keep it squeeze tight, dip and drive. Okay, if your dumbbell is manageable, you could certainly do some on the right, switch, some on the left, and just chip through your 70. That way, if you have a backpack or a sandbag, same thing, chip through them. Again, 10 more burpees, and then the 60 is gonna be deadlift. This should be pretty quick because your weight should be pretty light. So with your dumbbell, you can just get down with a nice flat back and stand it all the way up, opening the hips up at the top and just making sure you're really driving through those hamstrings. You could also do like a single arm thing if you really want to. You don't have to touch the dumbbell all the way to the ground. You can do that same thing with your sandbag or your backpack or whatever you have. Again, 10 more burpees, then we'll go into 50 ground to overhead. So same thing, sandbag, backpack, you can just pull the thing ground to overhead. If you have a plate, you can do it that way as well. If you have a dumbbell, you can do a clean and jerk or a snatch, or change it up and do different versions of that. So if we're doing the clean and jerk, just from the ground, we're gonna pull to a clean and jerk overhead. You can just go a couple on each side, or you can alternate. If you're doing that snatch, same little bottom position, nice flat back, and then pull and punch overhead, come right back down, touch, pull and punch overhead, okay? So 50 ground to overhead, kind of however you want to do it with your object. Again, 10 more burpees, and then we'll go to 40 weighted squats. So you can hold whatever object you have and then just knock out your 40 squats with your object, okay? Again, burpees and then 30 push-ups. So regular, good old chest to the deck, touch the chest, press all the way out, push-ups, okay? Hopefully those are getting easier for you because we've done so many of them. I finally feel like mine are maybe getting easier. Again, burpees and then 20 overhead lunges. So if you have a plate or a backpack or something, you can just hold that thing with both arms overhead and do 20 alternating or walking lunges. If you have a dumbbell or kettlebell, you can do single arm all the way overhead, right? And then just get 10 with the right arm up, and then switch and get 10 with the left arm up. Then 10 burpees, and then the last thing is a man maker. So with your object, you can just alternate where you're doing it on the right side for one and then the left side on the other. So that way you're getting 5 reps on each side. Man maker is a complex of row, push-up, row, squat, clean, thruster. That whole thing is 1 rep. So what that's gonna look like, I have a pretty heavy dumbbell, so my row is a little tough, but we're gonna row, then push up, then row, then you're gonna jump like from a burpee, bring those feet up, and you're gonna do a nice squat, clean, thruster, okay? And then you would switch to the other side, okay? So you would row, push up, row, jump those feet up, and do a nice squat, squat clean thruster. And like you saw me do there, you can certainly balance your dumbbell in that catch if you need to. And then after those 10, it's 10 more burpees and then you're done. So again, nice long chipper, 100 to 10 with 10 burpees in between each one. Hopefully it takes you somewhere between 30 and 40 minutes. And as always, feel free to change some movements around. If you don't want to do 10 burpees in between, maybe do 5. You could also change that movement to something else that you would rather do. Maybe you do a little shuttle sprint or something. If you have a rower, maybe you could row very short distance, just like 30 seconds or so, 40 seconds of some type of movement in there if you are feeling the burpee love. So hopefully you guys are doing well. God, I hope we get some information about what's going on with the gyms here soon and we can all get back together and start working out together. Make sure that you're stretching, especially your low back. I know that a lot of us have had some trouble with our low back, giving us some problems with all this sitting and really all the pulling off the ground, just a lot of repetitive type of movements. So make sure you stretch afterwards. You can even run through those same little stretches that we did in the warm-up. So hope it's a good one. Hope the weather is nice in Ohio, and hopefully I'll see you soon. So take care.